Hi there, Virgos. Welcome back to my channel. Welcome if you are new. For those of you that are new, take a second and read the description box. It'll answer any questions that you could possibly have. This is going to be for the Virgo collective, and it is going to be for Libra season. So, let's see what's coming in for you all this Libra season. First card out, I didn't even get a chance to go through my spiel, but I'm going to do a classic Celtic cross with the tarot and one card from the Work Your Light Oracle. And the card that we got out, the Ever Unfolding Rose. Cracked open, it's happening for you, not to you. So let's read what this one has to say. 28. This is the confirmation card. The challenge of life is to keep your heart open when you most want to close it, to let life crack you open, to open through hurt and loss, to allow what is falling away to fall away. Being human is a courageous act. A life well lived is full of losses and tragedies as much as triumphs and adventures. Wherever you find yourself at the moment, life is coaxing you to keep your heart open, no matter how much it hurts, to continually unfold, to let life crack you open. Perhaps you're going through a difficult time right now. Instead of cursing the difficulty, see it as a blessing, to open yourself up to the truth that perhaps, as hard as it may be, life is happening for you, not to you, and one day, in a not too distant future, you may just bless the very thing that broke you down and cracked you open, because the world needs you open. Now is the time to go gently, to treat yourself like a tender, sweet baby, to wrap yourself in a blanket and trust that the mother has you cradled in her arms. The seas may not all be smooth sailing, but you are safe and you are held. One day, not too far from today, you will look back at the transformation and be blown away at the poetry of life. Everything is going to be okay. Everything is absolutely going to be okay. I'm going to use the Wild Unknown Tarot for you guys. Alright, let's see what Spirit wants you guys to know at this time. Virgo collective, please. For Libra season. What do they need to know? What are they seeking guidance on? What is the most relevant message for them at this time? Let me see what we've got so far. He says, interesting. Okay. You got the Star for your present energy, which is quite literally you shining like a star, people noticing you, and maybe even a little bit of fame within your community or your immediate friend group, or like a book club, something like that, where you're getting a little bit of, you're kind of the star of this, whatever it is right now, whatever your thing right now is, whether that's work. You could be starting a YouTube channel, I'm hearing as well. You're just getting some sort of recognition around pertaining to you and yourself. This is also you being in a state of kind of wonder and opening yourself back up to the possibilities of life and renewing your sense of hope. You could have been in a little bit of a dark place, and that's what you have as your challenge right now, actually, is you might still be struggling with those feelings creeping back in, but the overall energy that you're in at this moment is just one of like peace of mind and of hope. Your challenge is being presented as is that 9? 9 of Swords. So you could be having some really vivid maybe even a little bit scary nightmares, night terrors even. And that obviously isn't something that anybody wants to deal with. But as far as challenges go, it's not something that you can't get over. It's really interesting because in your waking life, in the energy that you're in on a day-to-day basis, it's the star energy, which is like the complete opposite of the Ten of Swords. It's hope, and it's rejuvenation, and it's seeing the light at the end of the tunnel. It's all of these things, wishing upon a star and it coming true. And what the fuck? I thought it was upside down, so I flipped it. Okay, well, some of it's upside down. Whatever. I mean, I don't read cards in reversal anyways. But you definitely could be challenged with some nighttime issues. Your mind is kind of running wild at night. You could be, again, like I said, having some nightmares, even night terrors, if it is that serious. Let's see what else is coming out and how quickly this is going to pass. I feel like it's not going to linger for long. You're going to move through it pretty quickly. In your past, you have the Two of Wands. You've had a very determined mind, and you've had a lot of willpower to get you to this space of hope and peace of mind that you're in now. You worked really hard to pull yourself out of something, and there could just be some kind of lingering things that are trying to keep their hold on you that you may need to clear out a little bit. Maybe do some subconscious work to clear that last little lingering bit of stuff out of your mind. I would also listen to binaural beats at night, ones that are on a frequency that is of healing and renewal. This ring is stabbing me in the finger. And see if that helps you keep your mind in a more positive healing place and not let it go to the dark place that it's seeming to want to go. Alright, what about future? What's coming in for what was that? So like someone was trying to open my door. It scared the shapoo-poops out of me. Alright, what's coming in for Virgo? What is coming in for Virgo? Holy shit. Alright, that might be too many because we only need like... Oh, the 10 of coins. That's amazing. Let's see what else we've got here. Temperance is coming out a lot this Libra season. There's a lot of healing that is coming this Libra. God damn it. Libra season. Sheesh. We also have a full moon that is happening tomorrow. So tonight, tomorrow, and then Tuesday, and maybe even Wednesday, I would suggest using this time to do a lot of healing, to figure out what in you still needs to be healed. There is some stuff in your subconscious that still needs to be healed. So I would address that with this full moon, and see if you can get even further, because that temperance, which is here in your subconscious, absolutely supports you receiving that healing that you need. And this full moon in Pisces is all about healing oneself. All right, so that is all of the cards. So we talked about this, what you've got coming in for you in the not so distant future. You have the 10 of coins. More prosperity. I feel like Virgos are always pretty steady when it comes to finances. They're not always, but they have been in the last several years. It's been a very steady income for them. They haven't had to worry about much. This is generational wealth. You're reaching a point where now even your children and their children don't have to worry about money. It's just that you've got nest eggs set aside. You have substantial savings. This is also a very stable household. And a very giving person, a very giving spirit, a very giving energy that you're going to be in. You're going to receive more abundance, and you're going to be inclined to give some of that abundance as well and gift it and bestow upon people the gifts that you've received. You know what it's like to have less and then get some, and you want to share that with people and uplift them the way that you have been, which I think is an absolutely beautiful thing. In your mind space, your goal, if you will, for this Libra season, you want to be more motherly. You want to get back in touch with your loving, nurturing, sheltering side. You want to, maybe you've been a little bit disconnected. If you do have children, maybe you've been a little bit distant from them, trying to reach certain goals or dealing with your own shit. So you've been a little bit distant. You could be wanting to just spend more time with your children. You could also be really wanting to tap into your esoteric side, your more insightful, connected side, harnessing the moon. Maybe you're feeling really called to the moon lately. This is the card of Cancer, and they're very, very connected to the other side, to the spiritual world. So maybe you're longing to be a little bit more spiritual and less of this earth, if you will, which kind of goes against your nature because you are earth signs. You're very practical. You're very about what you can touch and see, and not so much about like things that are up in the ether that you can't necessarily interact with. In your subconscious, what is supporting this is temperance. This is a huge healing. This is a renewal and an awakening, and you coming out the other side of something with just this newfound sense of peace and a rebirth even. It's taking all of the things that you've learned and tempering it all into one space, so you're very even keeled. Your emotions aren't all over the place. You're not flying off the handle at every little thing. You're just very able to keep your emotions in check. With this being in your subconscious, it absolutely supports you tapping into your more psychic abilities too. If that's what you're wanting to do at this time, it absolutely supports that. But there is some deep healing going on in your subconscious, whether you're aware of it or not. And these nightmares even could be as scary as they may seem. They could also be very healing for you at this time. You might come out the other side of this, and I say this Libra season, with being able to lucid dream. Maybe that's the outcome here, is you're shifting into a space where you can now lucid dream and you can control the outcome of your dreams. And when you find yourself in nightmares, you're able to wake yourself up within those and change the outcome, so you can then heal these spaces in yourself that still need to be healed. In the advice, you have the Six of Cups. This is calling you to reconnect with your childhood, with your past, with your family from your childhood. This could be calling you to go back to your hometown, the place where you were born even. Maybe you are feeling called to just reconnect with a space or a place where you spent time when you were a child, or even just looking at pictures, reminiscing, feeling a little nostalgic. This is what the advice for you here. Tap into that part of you and kind of feed it a little bit. Go down memory lane and get out scrapbooks. Put together some scrapbooks. Again, if you have children, that could also feed this nurturing, motherly, loving side that you're kind of wanting to expand to. That could also tap into that. But this, as you can see, is deep roots. These are really deeply rooted, good childhood memories for you. And I would say that being in your advice, that you need to tap back into that, tap back into a feeling that you may have had in childhood, maybe a little bit more free than you used to be. Excuse me. External energies. You have the Nine of Wands. This is a very powerful, determined energy. It's a lot of raw, fast moving. If you have a goal, this energy being around you and in your external environment will absolutely propel you towards that goal with gusto. It's just stamina to the umpth degree. You can get through anything with this energy kind of enveloping you and whooshing you forward. Your hope is that you could be more fiery and that you can stand your ground and be a little bit more passionate. You really hope that you can sustain your passion for something, or tap into a newfound passion for something. Your hope could also be to be more charismatic, to be more personable, to be more inviting and charming, right? Fire signs, it's what wands are. Fire, Sagittarius, Leo, Aries. They're very outgoing, very talkative, can tell stories like nobody else, and they can draw you in and just make you a part of their world. You could be longing to get to that point. This could also speak to you wanting to start a business, being more entrepreneurial, taking on more of a leadership role within your business if you already have one, especially if you're in a partnership. You could want to be the one that kind of takes the reins now and pushes it forward with your ideas. Maybe you want your partner to see your ideas as valuable as much as theirs are, and you want to be the one now that's kind of shaping the vision of the company. Take it if it resonates, obviously. Not everything is for everybody. Your fear is quite literally death. I mean, for some reason, you're fearing death, or you're fearing something coming to an end before you're ready for it to end. This could be your death. Maybe I really feel like you have children, and if you do, you could fear leaving them behind. You don't want to pass and then leave your children without a parent, without maybe both their parents if their other is not in their life, or if they've already passed. But even just not wanting to leave them without you could be your fear at this time. Focus more on this energy and what you're striving towards, just to be a loving, nurturing energy for the people around you, and don't so much focus on your fear, I would say. The outcome for you through all of this is Six of Swords. I almost said once. Six of Swords. This is like the rainbow at the end of it's been storming for days, and you just really want to go outside. You want to see the sun. Finally, the sun cracks through, and there's a rainbow, and you go outside, and it's just this really deep sigh that you feel, a sigh of relief. It's hope at last. There's hope on the horizon, light at the end of the tunnel, whatever you want to say. Who are you looking at? This is that card. This is also travel. You could be traveling. I see you traveling a lot. Maybe you used to travel a lot, and then because of COVID or whatever, you couldn't travel as much. Stuff obviously shut down and people weren't flying, but now that they are again, you could be stamping your passport again and doing all kinds of stuff. I just see you going on really big adventures, and it filling you and getting you kind of out of this funk that maybe you've been in. A little bit of cabin fever even, if you will, feeling a little bit stuck, landlocked. But yeah, I see you traveling. I see you filling up your well and renewing your sense of self and hope even. All right, Virgo. I'm going to leave it at that. I feel like that was good. Yeah, if you want more, if you want a personal reading even, they are open. Turnaround time is typically 24 hours. All the ways to claim a reading are in the description box below. All the instructions for that. Yeah, I'm going to leave it at that. Thank you so much to everyone who has donated and shared their love with me. Just know that when you do, I send it back to you times 1,000, and I hope you feel that coming from me every time, even if you don't know what it is or where it's coming from. I hope you feel it. Thank you guys again all so much. Don't forget to subscribe, turn on notifications, do all those things, interact with the page so this can reach more people and reach the collective. Alright guys, I will see you next time. Until then, I love you all so very much. Bye.